You unlock this door with the key of imagination. Beyond it is another dimension, a dimension of sound, a dimension of sight, a dimension of mind. You're moving into a land of both shadow and substance, of things and ideas. You've just crossed over into the Twilight Zone.
All right, men, we've got clear skies and a calm sea. Now let's get this ship back on course.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Smith, what is your present course and speed?
Steaming on course 26 degrees true. Speed 10 knots, sir.
Very well. Come right to new course 270 and indicate turns for 15 knots.
Aye, aye, sir. Helmsman, come right to new course 270.
Aye, sir. Coming right to new course 270.
All engines ahead standard. Indicate 126 turns for 15 knots.
Aye, sir. Engine room. All engines ahead standard 126 turns for 15 knots. Engine room answers. All engines ahead standard 126 turns for 15 knots, sir.
All secure, Captain.
Glad to hear it, Ensign. Any damage?
No, sir. We took in a lot of water in the storm, though. That was one heck of a swell back there.
I'm aware of the storm, Mr. Marmer. I'm also aware of the swell. And what I'm also aware of is that that boat was not properly hoisted. A 13-year-old Sea Scout would have rigged it in a stored position.
Right, sir.
You can tell the chief boatswain's mate that I want to see him in my quarters, on the double.
Aye, aye, sir.
Chief Bosun's Mate Bell reporting is ordered, sir.
At ease, Chief. That shouldn't be too difficult for you, should it?
Sir?
That state of being at ease. You're the champion of the fleet when it comes to being at ease, Bell.
I don't understand, sir.
The devil you don't. This couldn't be clearer to you if it came in diagrams. You are the chief bosun's mate on board this ship. You run the deck division, you handle the rigging in and out, you supervise the heavy equipment, and there are 8 or 10 other cardinal duties you are responsible for, not the least of which, chief bosun's mate Bell, is the proper securing of the whale boat. Now, last night we had a bad swell, and that boat should have been rigged in. Instead, it was left swung out, and as a result, she's 80% damaged and filled up like a swimming pool. Question, Chief. Where were you?
Begging the captain's pardon.
Don't beg my pardon. Just tell me, in a brief explanatory way, why you couldn't handle the initiatives of a chief bosun's mate, and why the efficiency of this ship has had to suffer as a result. We had 9 hours notice of that storm, Bell. This ship should have been 100% prepared. It wasn't, and I want to know why.
I did all I could, sir. I haven't been feeling up to par.
Did you report to sickbay?
No, sir.
Speak up, Chief.
No, sir, I didn't report to sickbay.
Hey, look, Chief. I'm not in the business to pistol whip my crew. I want a tight ship, that's true, but I happen to care very much if any one of my sailors has a problem and can't function because of it. You've rated 4-0 all the way down the line for as long as you've served on this ship. And then suddenly, in the past 3 days, you stowed all your seamanship in a trunk someplace and came up with a bunch of dumbhead boners that I would expect from a 17-year-old boot. Bell, what is the problem? There is a problem, huh?
No problems, sir. I'll watch it in the future.
All right, Chief. We'll leave it that way, then. If you want to bend my ear at any time, you know where my cabin is. I'm available. Keep that in mind.
Yes, sir. I will, sir.
All right, then. That'll do it.
Aye, aye, sir.
Chief? Hey, Chief, are you all right?
What?
You okay, Chief? You looked a little woozy there.
Yeah, I'm okay.
What am I listening to?
Sir, contact bearing 280, 1100 yards, echo quality sharp. Evaluate as possible submarine.
Submarine?
But not moving, sir. Dead in the water.
Shift the control to listen.
Sounds like hammering or something, sir.
Bridge sonar.
Bridge eye.
We have contact, bearing 030 degrees true, range 1100 yards. Appears to be a metal object.
What kind of object, sonar?
We can't tell, sir. From the sound of it, it's some kind of small ship, perhaps a sub-hull.
Bridge, aye. Sonar reports a contact, Captain. Evaluation is a possible submarine.
A possible what? Stay on course. I'm going down to the sonar shack.
Incident 100 miles off the coast of Guadalcanal. Time 1963. A United States naval destroyer on what has been a most uneventful cruise, except for a few tense moments with a storm front. Nothing unusual. But in a moment they're going to send a man down 30 fathoms and check on a noisemaker. Someone or something tapping on cold steel. You may or may not have read the results in a naval report, because Captain Beecham and his crew have just set a course that will lead this ship and everyone on it deep into the Twilight Zone.
That's it, huh?
That's the sound, sir.
How long have you been in contact?
About 3 minutes, sir.
That's a funny one. Sounds like tapping on metal, doesn't it?
That's what I think, sir.
Bridge. Change course to 030 and reduce speed to 5 knots. Try to make contact by underwater telephone.
I've already tried, sir. I get no response.
Listen. It stopped now.
Just like that?
Sonar still has the contact, sir. I'll leave it on.
Stay on it. I'll be on the bridge.
Steady on course 030.
All engines ahead, 1/3. 50 RPMs for 5 knots, sir.
Maintain course and speed.
Anything in sight?
Nothing, sir.
We're directly over the object.
All right, all engines stop.
All engines stop.
Aye, sir. All engines stop. Engine room answers, sir. All engines stopped. Do you hear it, sir?
Wait, hold it. Hold it. I want dead quiet all over the ship. Tell those sailors on deck to can it.
Ain't that a kick in the head? What do you suppose it is?
Ghost, man. Ghosts. What do you think it is, Chief?
I'm not sure.
I've never heard nothing like that before.
Stow it! Let's keep it quiet down there.
They want us to be quiet so they can listen to it. What I want to know is, listen to what? Where you going, Bell?
I don't feel so good.
You don't look so good either.
Make it stop. My head.
Easy, Bell. You fall overboard.
I said quiet out here. What's the problem?
We got a man down, sir.
What happened?
Nothing. Looks like you fainted.
We'll get him down to sickbay.
Yes, sir.
Where am I?
In the sick bay. You all right now, Bell?
Yes, I'm okay, Doc. What?
You blacked out up there.
I said I'm okay.
You better stay horizontal for a little while longer. I'm serious. Captain's orders.
I'll be all right.
I wouldn't doubt it, but right now you look like a Class A shipwreck.
We still stopped?
Still stopped. They're all curious as to what's making the noise.
That noise.
What's the trouble?
It's just such an odd feeling.
What kind of feeling?
I can't describe it.
Lie back down now.
What's the needle for?
Just relax, Chief. Get some sleep. This'll help.
Sure. Sure. That's all I need. A little sleep. Doc?
Yeah, Bell?
What do you suppose is down there?
Don't worry about it. You just go to sleep. Whatever it is, the captain will know what to do.
I want you to stay grafted to me, Lieutenant.
Sir?
Take notes on everything that happens from now on. I may turn in a report that'll stick me on a garbage tanker or even a naval hospital. I want 15 witnesses at my hearing who are on my side.
Could be a sub, and we could be hearing it. It's only about 30 fathoms.
Yeah, sure, it could be a sub, mister. That's probably what it is, but what about this sub? Has it got 2 arms and a fist? Because somebody's making noise down there. We have a diver on board?
Yes, sir.
What's his name?
McClure in the 1st Division. He's a qualified diver.
Tell him to report on the double. We'll send him down. Have him knock on the door.
I see. And then what, sir?
We'll see who invites him in.
Bosun's mate McClure, report to the bridge on the double.
Hey, that's me.
Yep, that's who it is.
What do you think they want?
Maybe they want to make you an admiral.
McClure reporting, sir.
You're the diver?
Right, sir.
All right, I'm going to give it to you straight, McClure. Now here's the picture. There's something down there, directly below us.
Something, sir?
We don't know what it is yet, just that it's a metal object about the size of a sub-hull. That's where you come in. I want you to get your equipment and go down there. Stay in contact from the moment you hit water to the moment you reach it, understood?
I understand.
Whatever that object is, there may be somebody inside, or at least something that's making the noise. When you get down there, I want you to listen closely and tell me what you hear. We may be getting it distorted.
Yes, sir.
All right, then, hop to it.
Aye, sir.
What we're hearing doesn't make any sense. It's crazy.
It is that, Lieutenant.
But if it isn't a sub, sir, what is it?
Maybe it's a Spanish galleon, Lieutenant, with a treasure chest and a loose lid that's off its hinges. Or maybe it's just our imagination.
Well, we'll sure find out. As soon as he suits up, they'll lower him down. And then we'll know.
Yeah, I sure hope so, Lieutenant. One way or another. I hope you're right.
Okay, McClure, you got the suit secured?
Yeah, give me the helmet.
You sure you want to do this?
Captain's orders.
Me, I couldn't take it. Claustrophobia. Pretty cold, huh?
Hey, you guys just make sure my air hose doesn't get a kink in it.
That's top priority, McClure. Any snafu, you give a holler, and we'll pull you right up.
Well, what if his radio cuts out?
Tug on the rope and you're out of there. Okay, McClure?
You got that right. Let's do it.
Hand him the helmet, sailor. Lower away!
Bridge, can you hear me?
Loud and clear. This is the captain. Keep talking.
Yes, sir.
What do you see, McClure?
It's a sub, sir. No question about that.
Have you reached her?
I'm standing right alongside, sir. I don't hear anything, though.
McClure?
Her bow is buried about 15 feet into the bottom. I can't read any identification. It's covered. Or rusted over.
On the side of the conning tower, McClure. Can you read a number there?
No, sir. There's damage. Number's been obliterated.
McClure, you hear that?
Yes, sir, I do. It's coming from midship. I'm moving toward there now.
Tap on the hull, McClure. See if you can get a response. Was that you, McClure?
Yes, sir. No response, sir. I don't hear anything anymore.
McClure, there should be 3 hatches. On the bow, on the conning tower, and on the stern. Is the ship upright?
She's upright, sir. At about a 30-degree angle.
I understand, McClure. Climb up on her deck and check the hatches. See if you can open them.
The bow hatch is buried, sir. I can't get through to that. But, wait a minute. I'll check on the one over the conning tower.
McClure, what's the condition?
The conning tower hatch is all bent, sir. can't move the wheel. The whole deck appears to have been strafed. Wait a minute. Hatch on the stern the same way, sir. I can't turn her. Whoever she is, sir, she must have caught it.
Say again, McClure. She must have what?
Caught it, sir. The whole deck is pockmarked with shell damage. Machine gun damage, too.
Is that you, McClure?
No, sir. It's coming from inside the hull.
Answer it, McClure. Answer it right away.
This is crazy.
McClure, can you pinpoint the sound? Can you tell precisely where it's coming from?
I think it's... Wait a minute. Yes, sir. Directly midship, just below the tower.
Keep trying. We have to know whether anyone's inside that sub.
No more contact, sir.
Stay on it for as long as you can, McClure. Come up when you're ready.
Aye, aye, sir.
Get the comm, officer. I want to send a message. Action is 7th Fleet, info to SyncPack. Appraise them of the situation. Get on it.
Yes, sir. Radio bridge.
Radio I.
Captain wants a message. Action to comm 7th Fleet. Info SyncPack Fleet. Have located sunken sub. Position latitude 09-30-00 south. Longitude 160-48-00 east. Request confirm location of all known sinkings this area. Will remain this area until further advised. Precedence operational immediate.
Aye, sir.
Any ideas, Captain?
An even dozen, but every one of them nullifies the one ahead of it. If it's one of our subs, we should have gotten a report on it. And even if it's somebody else's, why haven't they gone out the torpedo tubes?
That's what I was thinking, sir.
Which brings us down to another common denominator. That sub has been hit by shell fire. So, whatever action took place must have happened within a period of hours, or else there wouldn't be anyone still alive. But there's been no action. We'd have seen it, or heard it. They put them all together and they spelled nothing. When McClure comes up, tell him to dry off and report to the sonar shack. That's where I'll be.
Oh, no. No! What?
How do you feel, Chief?
Feel?
You had a good sleep?
For how long?
A few hours.
What's new down below?
Nothing much. Scuttlebutt is we'll try to take her in tow.
Hey, Doc. I was just wondering about something.
Go ahead.
It's this feeling of mine.
What kind of feeling?
It's hard to describe. I get this feeling that I can't stay in one place. It's like I gotta get up and go out. It's this crazy feeling that
That you're what, Chief?
That somebody is pushing me, making me go someplace. I know, that sounds nuts, but that's the only way I can describe it. Just as though somebody was about to give me an order and I was just sitting around and waiting for it. And when it comes, I gotta throttle myself to sit tight and not move. And if I didn't give it every effort, I'd go up on deck and I'd never come back. That sounds nuts, doesn't it?
Don't worry about what it sounds like. That's a pretty complicated piece of machinery you got on your shoulders. Does a lot of things we don't understand. And a lot of things we do understand. I think you'd better stay down here for a while. You'll be okay, sailor. Just rest and take it easy. And will you unclench those fists?
I'll try, Doc.
How you doing, McClure?
Fine, sir. I could use some hot coffee.
Well, you can drink a gallon of it if you want. Just tell me, what did we find out?
I don't know, sir.
I don't know either, Bosun. Just tell me what you do know.
There's somebody inside her. I'd lay odds on that. 3 or 4 times when I pounded on the hull, that's when somebody answered me.
Well, what about the sub itself? Could you judge her length?
Well, I guess her to be about 300 feet, sir. Maybe 25 feet midship.
Sounds like one of ours.
She looks like one of ours. There were ballast tanks and flooding ports on the underside.
She's moving, sir.
Now, that was the other thing, Captain. She wasn't stuck in tight. Deep, yes, but not tight. She seemed to be swaying.
You still cold, McClure?
I've been warmer, sir.
And you will be again, but right now you're going to get colder. I want you to check her bow. Maybe she's pulled herself loose and you can finally read that number.
Sonar, Bridge.
Go ahead, Bridge.
Com 7th Fleet reports no sinkings of any kind. Authorizes us to remain on scene and operate at own discretion for salvage and rescue.
Roger.
Can do, McClure?
I'll do my best, sir.
Look at it this way. What a dandy story you can tell your grandchildren on some dark, rainy night.
They gonna believe me, sir?
I'm not sure I will, but if you can get me a number or a name off that hull, we may be able to sleep tonight after all.
Yes, sir.
I've got a question for you, Mr. Smith.
What's that, sir?
If they're in there and alive and can't use the torpedo tubes, how do we get them out?
Bridge.
Go ahead, McClure. This is the captain.
She's pulled herself out, sir. Here's your number. 714.
714. Make a note of that, Lieutenant Smith.
Yes, sir.
Well, that means she's one of ours. Come on up and get a broiled steak on me, McClure. Smith, hand me the book with the hull numbers.
Here you are, sir.
Give me that number again.
714.
Here it is. 714. Commission December 1941. Sunk in action, First Battle of the Solomons, August 7th, 1942.
But, Captain, that was 20 years ago.
Then, Lieutenant, tell me something. Who is inside that sub? Yes.
Chief Matthews, sir.
Come on in, Doc. I'm just finishing up the deck log. At ease. You wanted to talk to me?
Yes, sir, I did. What do you know about Chief Bosun's mate, Bell?
I know his rating and his service record. What else am I supposed to know?
I've got him down in sickbay, sir.
I know. What's the trouble?
I can't say, sir, but as far as cracking, that's what he's doing. I've been watching him down there. He has a look about him. I can't describe it. You don't see that look very often. Usually it's an hour after a battle, when the eyes face out, but you know they're really looking in. That's the way Bell looks now. Like he's just been picked up off a raft full of dead men. That's the look.
Well, just keep him down there. Let him rest. When we put back to port, I'll recommend hospitalization and some tests. I think that ought to do it for now, Doc. Thanks for coming in.
Aye, sir.
Coffee, sir?
Thanks, Marmer. Quiet night.
Too quiet. How long's it been now?
About 3 hours.
Is he sending McClure down again?
Beats me. All I know is there's a boiler tender second who's making book in the crew's quarters that the thing below us is a sea monster with 3 heads and we're all living on borrowed time.
I don't know what scares me more, when they pound or when they shut up.
I don't know what scares me more, a 20-year-old sub with somebody alive inside, or what the commander of the Pacific Fleet will say to me when I tell him that. And to compound the problem, I've got a chief bosun's mate with something eating at him.
Bell?
Bell.
What made him black out?
That's part of the problem.
Could be he's dredging up a couple of memories.
What do you mean, memories?
This is World War II revisited for him. He got picked up here after a sinking. That's the way I hear it. He was on a ship that got hit, only survivor or something like that. Got picked up from the water.
Maybe it is dredging up some memories, then.
Here we go again.
What's the matter? They can't make up their minds down there?
There's one more question, an important one.
What's that, Captain?
Who's they?
Hello, sir.
Doc?
How's it coming down there?
Yeah, it's coming. How's your patient?
Asleep, sir. I was just going to get some chow.
Keep me posted. I'll be in my quarters.
Aye, sir.
No. No! No!
What's the matter? Belle! What happened?
I was looking in a mirror, and I saw faces. They were staring right at me. They were pointing at me. I know it sounds crazy, but they were there. It was as if I'd been pushed out of the mirror. Ordered out. That's why I had to break it, to make them stop. Doc?
Yeah, Chief.
Do you see me in the pieces of mirror down there on the floor?
Listen to me. I see you right here in front of me. I see you just fine. Remember that. Nobody is ordering you anywhere. You're not going anyplace. We're gonna lick this, Belle. I mean it. We're gonna lick this.
Oh.
Same routine, huh?
Same thing, sir. But it's getting a little fainter, I think. And they don't acknowledge our signals at all. But it's definitely fainter.
It's some piece of equipment. That's what it is. Something loose that's probably swinging back and forth and hitting a bulkhead.
Possible.
That's the only explanation. I mean, well, think about it, Captain. A 20-year-old sub in the deep six since the war? Who could be down there?
Somebody who dies awfully hard. Whoever it is, whatever it is, it's running out of steam. I wouldn't make book on this, but I've got a hunch that if we don't get inside there, and I mean quick, we're gonna miss the boat.
So we go down, and like you said, we knock on the door, but we've done that before.
No, we don't knock on the door this time. Now we kick the door open.
Begging the captain's pardon. You break in that way, and it's a sure bet the pressure will kill whatever's alive down there.
Right, so we do it the one other way we've got. I want you to send a message to ComSub Pack. Tell them we're going to need a submarine rescue ship out here. Give them position and depth and tell them to report to the scene for rescue attempt. Emergency precedence.
The airlock chamber?
Well, that's all we've got left, and it's precious little. Get on it right away. I'll be on the bridge.
Radio, sonar.
Radio I.
To ComSub Pack. Emergency precedence. Request nearest ASR report to position. Latitude 09er-30.
Doc?
Yeah.
You got a cigarette?
Sure, Belle. I'll do it. Your hands are shaking.
Thanks. Doc, will you answer me straight?
I'll try.
Who's outside?
What?
Who's out in the passageway?
Nobody's out there. Why? You think you hear something?
I don't know.
Why should anybody be out in the passageway? Nobody's posting guard on you.
I just felt as if there was somebody out there.
Let me tell you something, Chief. You can talk yourself into any kind of nightmare you want. You just lower the gate a little bit, and after a while that stuff seeps in. But there's nobody blowing it from the other side. It's you, yourself. Now there's nobody out there. Nobody at all. Who did you think it was?
I don't know.
The only thing out there is a long stretch of steel and deck. Nothing else. Come on, you want to take a look?
What's happening to me? Doc, what in God's name is happening?
Chief, you gotta get a grip. Or I swear, you're gonna talk yourself into a straitjacket. I mean it.
I got the feeling again. Just as if somebody was watching me, pushing at me. Doc?
What, Bill?
I'm scared to open the door.
Then don't. I told you, there is nothing out there.
I'm scared to open it, but I have to. No!
What did you see?
Men!
What men?
All wet! Dripping wet and not alive! They were looking at me!
Listen. I didn't see a thing, Chief, and neither did you.
Oh.
Did you hear me? All you saw was what your scared brain told you to see.
Oh.
That's what it was, what you've talked yourself into. Now pull yourself together, sailor.
But I tell you, I saw it!
Then I'll prove it to you.
No!
See? Nothing, I told you. What the... Water on the floor. And... where did that come from? A piece of... seaweed.
That about does it, McClure. Go down and try to get a response. It'll help that sub-rescue outfit if they can get a specific location.
How will they get in, sir?
Through the forward torpedo compartment or the stern. Then they'll have to blow each of the 6 other compartments before they can enter.
What if I don't get any answers, sir? We haven't heard from them in almost a half an hour.
If you don't get any answer, come back up. The rescue team will take it from there.
No survivors then, sir. Is that what it'll mean?
That's what it'll mean. They'll bring up bodies, not survivors. Okay, McClure, up to it.
Aye, sir. I've reached the sub, sir. The next noise you hear, that'll be me.
Go ahead, McClure, pound away. Any response?
None, sir. No response anywhere.
Keep trying.
Yes, sir.
McClure?
Captain, I found something here. Wait a minute. I can't make it out.
What about the response? Did you hear anything?
No, sir. Nothing.
Give it a few more minutes.
Yes, sir.
No soap?
No soap. It really frosts me. To get so close to those poor devils and then... The sub-rescue ship is due here at 0300. Keep an eye peeled. I'm going aft to meet McClure.
Aye, sir.
Bet it feels good to get that helmet off.
Oh. Yeah, it sure does. It's so dark down there now. Without the light, I couldn't see a blasted thing. Real spooky. But I found this.
Yeah, thanks, McClure. Good job. Go get some chow. I'll need you one more time when the ASR team gets here. You're gonna have to go down as a pathfinder. Give them any help they need. But that won't be for a while.
Excuse me, sir. But you better look at those tags.
You gotta be kidding me.
What's the matter, sir?
Ensign, ask Doc if Chief Bell is well enough to report to my quarters, because I need an explanation for this one. Fast. Go ahead, Bell. Read what it says on these dog tags.
I don't have to, sir. I know what it says.
It says Bell, William J. That's yours.
Yes, sir.
McClure found it on the deck of that sub down there. When did you lose him, Bell?
I lost him a long time ago, sir. 20 years ago.
How?
I don't remember, sir.
Try, Bell. Try to remember.
I was on a ship.
What ship, Bell?
A submarine. The one below us, sir. That was my boat.
Who's making the noise down there, Bell? What's it all about? Do you know?
We were on the surface. It was night. I was a signalman then. I was supposed to put the infrared filter over the signal lights. Otherwise, they would have seen us. They would have seen the light. They would have found us. I don't know what happened. I was scared, clumsy. I dropped the signal light. The filter fell off. They were waiting for us out there. Japanese destroyers. They saw our light. And it was my fault. They let us have it. They straddled us with the first salvo. The captain took the sub down, but it was too late. They unloaded depth charges. And that sub wasn't ever coming up again.
What about you?
I got flung over the side when the first salvo hit. And all that time I was in the water, I could...
You could what?
I could hear the voices of our guys down below me. They were screaming. I know what it is now. This crazy feeling I've had.
What? What is it, Bell?
I got out. One guy out of the whole crew. I got picked up later on by one of our destroyers. But I got out. Do you understand, Captain? I sank that sub. I was responsible, but I got out.
Bell, I want you to listen to me.
Those guys down in the sub, they know I'm up here.
Bell, hear me out.
I should be with them. I should be down in that sub.
Bell.
I should be dead. That noise, that pounding, those are the guys down there who are calling muster on me. They're calling muster on me.
Will you hear me out? Will you listen to just a little logic now? A little reason? No one man sinks a sub, and one lousy circumstance doesn't decide a battle. And one case of sudden fear doesn't add up to a coward. You've been taking a dirty rap for 20 years. You've slept with it, you've hung it around your neck, you've let it get deep inside you and tear you to pieces. But let me tell you something, Bell. It's a bum rap. It's a miserable, dead-weight guilt that you've blown up way out of proportion to the facts. And do you know what the facts are, Bell? The sub was dead in the water and surrounded by enemy craft. That crew was doomed. Do you understand? A frightened sailor didn't sink a ship and destroy a crew. A war did. A set of circumstances did. Bell, you gotta believe me. All you should put in your sea bag is regret, not guilt. Do you understand, Bell? Not guilt.
They're calling muster!
Bell! Come back here!
They're calling muster on me!
Bell! Bell, get away from the rail. Now! That's an order!
They're calling me!
Man overboard! Starboard side! The rescue ship says you got inside.
Yes, sir. It was a wreck. Nobody had a chance.
Nobody?
Nobody, sir. The periscope shears had been cut in half. One section was just hanging there, swinging back and forth.
Then that was the noise. That was the noise, wasn't it?
I guess so, sir, but...
But?
There were 8 men down in that control room. 8 men. Or what was left of them. And one of them had a hammer in his hand.
Let's just say, McClure, let's just say that this is the part of the story you tell your grandchildren that you make up yourself. Say anything you like, any explanation that comes to mind.
Aye, sir.
It's funny how long it takes some men to die, or to find any peace at all. Sometimes I think that's the worst thing about a war. Not just what it does to the bodies, but it does to the minds. So, rest in peace, Mr. Bell. I think it's your due now. At long last, rest in peace.
Small naval engagement. The month of July 1963. Not to be found in any historical annals. Look for this one filed under H for haunting in the Twilight Zone.